What is up and is going on, guys? Simpzy here and welcome back to another episode of my FIFA 14 QPR career mode on the Xbox One. In today's episode we have the transfer deadline day and 2 matches, so we've got a lot of content in this episode to get through. But the first match of which we are playing is against Bolton, and then later on in the episode, guys, we have the Capital One Cup match against Manchester United. So Danny Welbeck will be coming back to face his former club, which it'll be interesting to say the least. But guys, just to quickly recap the last episode, if you haven't gone and watched it, I recommend you do. We end up winning 2-1 over Leicester City, which was a quite competent victory, and we ended up winning 3-0 over Barnley. So a lot of good results so far, and we're currently undefeated in the league. But getting off to an early start here against Bolton was absolutely emphatic, and Danny Welbeck there, picking up another goal for his collection. Unfortunately, we didn't actually record his debut, the live shot. We did show the replay, but unfortunately my recording software did fuck up in the last episode. But we do get done here from the Bolton defense, and Bolton, they're another team that they're going to be title contenders for the championship. Them, Leicester City, and yeah, a lot of other teams. It's going to be very interesting. Rémy climbs, but unfortunately the header just gets parried. We do whip in a corner. Adel Taarabt with the volley, and that would have been an absolute screamer if he did hit that. He did hit that actually on the volley from the corner kick, and if that went in, that would have been absolutely spectacular. Look at this. Boom! Straight on the volley with his left foot. He is actually a right footer in this game. Maybe last year, if he had that 5-star weak foot, he couldn't finish. He would have been able to finish it. But Rémy pushes it forward, trying to get another one back. And what? Fucking Lee. Lee on the ball. We whip it in. Trying to get another one back, but it doesn't amount to anything. Rémy and Danny Welbeck. If Danny Welbeck just had that little bit of finishing, he gets there, but he just can't seem to finish. 1-1, trying to get another one back. But this Bolton goalkeeper was absolutely on par. And we really should be beating teams like Bolton if we're going to be trying to contend with the Capital One Cup against Manchester United. Hoilett trying to create something in the dying minutes, whips it in, but unfortunately Danny Welbeck wasn't there to get that. But guys, we ended up drawing 1-1. So our first draw of the competition. But guys, we have our transfer deadline day. Looking at the big top deals around the world, Robert Lewandowski actually went to Real Madrid, and because of that, Benzema ended up going to Borussia Dortmund to force the move. But this guy called Fredrik Sorensen, he plays for an Italian league. He is Danish. Oh, is it Danish or Danes? I can't remember. But he's from Denmark, and I did inquire 3 million for him because he's 6'4". He's actually got a quite good amount of stats, and I did want to bring in another additional centre back just to kind of strengthen our team. Mandzukic actually went to Inter Milan for 23 million, but Frederick ended up accepting. Well, the team ended up accepting the contract, 30 million for the 21-year-old, and yeah. I think this guy will do well. We did bring in a free agent that was a centre back, but we're going to be going through his stats. 3 million is quite cheap. We did push all our money onto Danny Welbeck, to be quite honest. But we've got a really strong team. He's a 70 overall, 6'4", yeah, and he has some good strength and reaction stats there. His acceleration isn't too bad, but I think he'll be solid in the defense. You don't really need that quick centre backs. You really just need the right back and the left back quick if we're playing a 4-1-2-1-2. But I'm actually quite happy with mine at the moment. We do have a Suakoto on loan, so I'm trying to make room for Sorensen. I did brag on Young. 23 years of age. He's actually 6 foot, so that's actually quite tall for a left back. I'm going to bring in Sorensen there. So Danny Simpson we're going to have to replace if we do push into the Barclays Premier League. But at the moment, I think you don't really need to spend that much money on defense. To be quite honest, in the championship, we've got a lot of striking potential, and we have a fantastic midfield to hold up the play. So I can't wait to see how this season develops. We're coming into the dying hours. Looks like Luis Suarez could be linked with Bayern, so it will be interesting to see if that move goes. Bayern do have a little bit of funds because they did sell to Inter Milan. But we're going to be going through the budget. So we have 3 million to spend. We're going to be saving as much money as possible until January. So we do have the youth squad here. We do have a lot of Australians in the squad. Trying to look if there's anyone I liked. This is actually the scouting. Yeah, not really anyone that I can see grabs my eye. But in my youth academy, there's a 48 overall. He looks alright. But we're just gonna have to wait and see how this develops. But guys, we do have our first our second Capital One Cup match, but our first match against Manchester United at Old Trafford. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this develops. Danny Welbeck facing his former squad, and obviously Manchester United have a fantastic squad compared to mine. So it's going to be very interesting to see how we go at the Theatre of Dreams, and I can't wait to show it for you guys. So let's get into it. I'm red roaring, so let's do it. We managed to whip it in, trying to find Junior Hoilett, who pushed down from his winger position, but it just gets cleared. Antonio Valencia on the ball. Sorensen, the recently signed player, unfortunately couldn't grab him, but conceding very early on against Manchester United in the 12th minute to Wayne Rooney's header was very, very disappointing. I was thinking, oh, fuck, this could quite cause her out. I was really relying on Danny Welbeck here, but that was a nice piece of stoppage there. He stopped, he pushed back and waited for Rémy to get up there. Unfortunately, Rémy couldn't get up on the finish, and Danny Welbeck there scooping it, trying to get it past David De Gea, unfortunately. But we did have a lot of chances against Manchester United, but they were the ones that really could capitalise on the situation. Fantastic clearance there from David De Gea, but Adel Taarabt pushing forward, couldn't quite get up on there. But Danny Welbeck manages to whip it into Rémy, and Rémy blasts it at David De Gea, but the Manchester United defence did clear it up on the goal line. But unfortunately there, we did end up losing 2-1. Manchester United took their chances more than we did, and we were just really unlucky. David De Gea and the Manchester United defence did play better than us. But guys, thank you very much for watching. If you watched all the way through, I really do appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like on this video to support my channel, and make sure to go have a fantastic rest today. Thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate all the support. Goodbye.